This is a supercar that has a personality like a human. Anyone who provokes it is attacked by it. It uses many ways to attack people who look for trouble. After the attacks, everything goes back to normal, as if nothing had happened. It all started when it was produced. The mechanic who had done the checkup on it before it was finished had his hands directly cut off by it. Another mechanic went inside to check and accidentally dropped a cigarette on the car seat, making the car very angry. By the time everyone rushed over and they opened the door, he had already suffocated inside. 30 years have passed, and no one has dared get in that car. However, at first sight, Arnie saw something that seemed to mesmerize him, and regardless of his friend's objection, he bought it for $2,500. He also gave it a name, Christine. He drove to the auto repair shop where he was working, because he doesn't have any money. He could only run errands for the owner of the repair shop so that he could learn some elements of how to fix this old car. Arnie is a shy guy who is often bullied by his friends. Seeing the girl he secretly loved, Leigh, he didn't dare to come forward to say hello, but since fixing Christine Arnie, he seemed to be a different person. He gave up his usual appearance and started living like an arrogant man. He even flirted with the school's beauty queen, Queen Leigh. That night, he drove Leigh to the open-air cinema. Seeing Arnie fall in love with this car, Leigh got jealous. She supposed that he only loved this car, not her. Also, she beat the seat of this car once when she picked up a piece of cake to eat, and the wipers stopped working. Arnie immediately got out of the car to check when the radio suddenly started playing music. The lights in the car were so strong that it felt quite scary. Leigh was so surprised that she got cake in her throat. Arnie immediately wanted to open the car door to save her, but the door was closed automatically. In an emergency, a passerby opened the door quickly, saving Leigh from death. This car can hear and understand everything people say. After hearing that Arnie loved Leigh, the car immediately became angry. No matter how hard Arnie tried, he couldn't start the car. It wasn't until Arnie said that the person he loved most was Christine that the car started. The school friends who used to bully him followed him to the repair shop. They smashed Christine into a pile of scraps, but Christine, which was destroyed, then automatically restored itself. Not long after, it returned to its perfect shape, just like the original. Seeing the scene ahead, Arnie wasn't surprised at all. Christine silently came to find the people who broke it. It chased and attacked them no matter where they ran away. After chasing him all night, it cornered him against a wall. Christine does not care about the small space, but rushes in and directly crushes the person who destroyed it last time. The next morning, everything was back to normal, as if nothing had happened. The police have also received a report about the whole incident. They went looking for Arnie but found no trace at all. It didn't stop there. Christine, in turn, went to the people who broke it, smashing their cars. It ran straight into the gas station, causing an explosion that burned everything. Justine's whole body was full of fire, and she chased those thugs, who were walking slowly behind her as if making fun of that poor guy. Suddenly it speeded up, directly crushing him. When the whole car came to the repair shop full of white smoke, the boss suddenly noticed this strangeness. He took the gun and walked over to check inside, but there was no one in the car. As soon as he got in the car locked the door. The seat kept moving forward until the boss was pinned to death. A series of murders attracted the police's attention, but every time Christine had trouble, it recovered like the original. There is no evidence, so the police can't investigate anything. But Leigh felt something unusual about this car. She met Dennis and told him the truth about this car. The next victim at Target could be her. However, Dennis simply couldn't believe such absurd stories. After she left, Arnie asked Dennis to go out for some fresh air. After getting in the car, Dennis saw his friend as completely different from him. Arnie doesn't even need to hold the steering wheel. The car drove automatically, seeing the frantic expression on Arnie's face, until Dennis finally believed what Leigh had told him was true. To save Arnie, Dennis and Leigh planned to destroy this car. The next evening, he drove the excavator to the auto repair shop. Leigh was on a mission to lure Christine. As expected, Christine immediately rushed over to her. Meanwhile, in the car, Arnie seemed to have mixed his personality with the car's to destroy the love rivalry. Christine pressed hard on the accelerator to crash into Leigh. Fortunately, she quickly escaped from it. It constantly crashed everything in the garage, and Arnie in the car also flew out before he died. He still tried to touch the car for the last time. When the car was upset, Dennis drove the excavator and crushed it. Though it's constantly recovering, it still can't resist. And finally, it was crushed. After that, it was thrown in the scrapyard and completely turned into a pile of scraps.